Hi, I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Theory Tuition series where we're working together through each of the ABRSM Theory grades. There are lots of resources available to help you if you go to my website. If you visit sharonbill.com, you'll find some free PDF information sheets and you can download those in US letter or A4 and they accompany each step of this series. You'll find a page there with links to all of my YouTube video tutorials, and you can also find out about the books that I have available. I've written an exam technique guide, how to take your ABRSM Music Theory Exam. It's full of tips and techniques on how to best prepare for your exam and also how to make the best use of your time come exam day. So if you go to sharonbill.com, you'll find it's all there. If you can give me a like, that would be really fab, and please do subscribe to my channel and share out the videos. And now we're going to continue with the grade 4 2018 practice paper S, and we're going to question 5. So if you turn with me to page 26, we can take a look at this together. Have a go of this yourself first of all, and then we can just work through it together and tidy up any differences. It's always better to learn by your mistakes, work in pencil, and then you can just have another go if it isn't quite right. So we need to rewrite this melody but correctly group or beam the notes, and we can see at a glance why we need to do that. That would be so difficult to play, and we need to group it or beam the notes to reflect the unit value of the time signature so that we can see clearly where each beat forms. And so 6/8 is compound time, and it's two groups of two dotted crotchet beats that we need to reflect in each way we beam the notes. So before I get bogged down with sketching out, I'm going to first of all just look where I'm going to be grouping those notes. So we're always looking for those three quaver beats, those 3/8 notes to give us our dotted crotchet, dotted quarter note beats. So we've got 1, 2, and then these two give us our third, so they will be beamed together because they're all beat 1. And then here, those 1, 2, 3, there's beat 2. So we have to do that all the way through. So we can see we're doing the thinking before we get bogged down with note heads and stems and all the other nuts and bolts. So here we have 1.5 plus this gives us 2. Now here, these two demi-semis, 32nd notes, give us a semi-quaver, and then there's another semi-quaver which gives us beat 3. So we've got 1.5. The beat with the dot is beat 2, and then there's beat 3. So that's all there. And then there's beat 1, and then, sorry, there's 1, 2, 3. There's this first part of that beat, and there's the rest of that beat. So 1, 2, 3. That's soon done. 1, 2, 3, they will all go together. 1, 2.5, 3 quaver beats. 1, 2, 3. So that's all the hard thinking done. And still, I'm not going to get quite carried away yet. I'm just going to put the note heads in. And I'm going to do that. One, so I don't get lost. I've got enough to be thinking about without worrying about getting lost. And also now I will know if I keep everything aligned with theirs, it's going to be properly spaced, and I'm not going to run out of space either. So it just helps me to keep check where I am. You can do it in any order you like. I just prefer to do it this way, just to take things one stage at a time. So get the blobs in the right place. I'll worry about the tie when I decide which way the stems are going to go. Just literally mapping it all out, and then I'll do the last bit of thinking. We've done the worst bit of thinking here though. That's that. Right, okay, so now we're ready to get going. Last stage. So here this is a crotchet or a quarter note, so we don't beam that, that stays as it is, otherwise we'd change the time value. These two provide the last part of that beat, so they belong to that, so we don't beam those anymore. Here's our next beat, so we can now see clearly the second dotted crotchet, the second dotted quarter note. Now that should have the stem going down. That can go either way. That should have the stem going up, so it's a 50-50 split, but I'm going to keep the stems going down just to match what I've been doing so far. So they need an extra beam. There we go. So we're going to beam from here to here, so that those two must come down. They can go either way. That one should go up, but it's outvoted really, so the stems will continue to come down. So if I put all these stems in now, then that needs to have another beam. These can be beamed into a second beam, but then here these two need another beam to show 32nd notes or demi-semis. There we go. That is alone, and then the stems go up nice and easy there. Now here we've got a choice. That should go either way. Oh no, that should go either way, but these two should go up, so that outvotes it. It's going to have to go up. But then here these are going to have to come down because these overrule and say we must have the stems coming down. So just angle that diagonally a little bit. Each one of those is a semiquaver, so we can just go straight through with 2 beams. And now we'll put the tie. So these are going to have to join together. Now that one should have the stem going up, this one should have the stem going down. However, this one is 1, 2, 3, 4 away from the middle. This is only 3, so this kind of outweighs the dilemma. That's dotted, that's a semi or a 16th note, and then here, now these two outweigh this one, so this one will have to have the stem going down. There we go. So if you take it a stage at a time, it's not as tricky as it first seems. Just take it a step at a time. Now the second part of this question, we've really already answered it because we needed to know this to show how we were going to properly group these, and we can see it's in groups of 3, so it's compound time, and we can see that it's 2 groups of 3, and so it's duple. There we go. Let's press on to the next question. And so now we're going to be naming these notes, and we're going to have to just work out a few ledger line scenarios. So we're in the treble clef here, and they've shown us how to answer it, and now we need to name this one here. Now it's quite high up, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to count down an octave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which takes us to here, which is an F. So we're an octave higher with a sharp, so it's F sharp. I'm going to write the word sharp instead of using the symbol. They've done so, and so I'm going to follow their example. Now then here, this is middle C in the alto clef, so we can count down, or let's count ourselves up an octave first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 takes us exactly to C again, so we can see that it's a C an octave lower, and it's a double sharp, so it's C double sharp. Now then, let's do the same here, counting an octave down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 takes us to here. This is C, one above that is D, and so an octave higher, still D flat. Now then, we're in the bass clef, so we could count an octave, but there's another way we could do this. We could count from middle C. We know that middle C is at the top of the bass. It means, if you think about it, looking at a piano keyboard, it's the bottom of the treble, top of the bass, you meet in the middle. And we could think C, D, E, F, G double flat. Alternatively, if you wanted to do your octave again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We know that the bass clef is all carries it grass. There's G double flat, so you can come at that a number of ways. There we go. So let's count an octave again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. G, B, good boys deserve football, so on. Good boys, so that's a B sharp, an octave lower. There we go, so that's soon done. That's the end of that question. We'll look at the next question in the next video. I do hope this is helpful to you. I hope it's helping you with your studies. I also hope that you're enjoying it. I'm certainly enjoying working through it with you. If you can give me a like, that would be really fab. And please do subscribe to keep updated, and please do share out the videos. Also, please do visit sharonbill.com and have a browse around all of the resource and information that's available there to help you. Thanks for watching. See you next time.